Yeah, it's eye for an eye, mind for a mind. We all got eyes, some is still blind. It's life for a life, price for a fight. Anybody touch minds, then they lose minds, man. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. I'm serious, this dog on a cane on ya.
Hello, this is your real estate motivator and entertainer, MultifamilyJames, and welcome today. It's the Real Estate and Music Motivation Series. And today what we're going to talk about is a very important situation that people get into around this time of year. Christmas, but not Christmas. We're talking about overspending for Christmas, going broke under the Christmas tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and make sure you kind of feel it. I want you to really immerse yourself in this topic here, so and I'm gonna make it real to you. So with that being said, let me sit down right now. So now we're under this Christmas tree to make it real, so y'all can feel it. I know you guys want to be the loving moms, dads, uncles. You want to be the giver, right? You have 50, 60 gifts under here, but at the end of the day, now you're putting yourself behind. You have resolutions that you want to make next year. You want to go buy that house. It starts right here. No one's telling you to go and not get gifts. We're telling you, buy wisely. Think about your personal goals. We're going to get you there. So MultifamilyJames is going to go to the whiteboard upstairs and we're going to talk a little more. This is MultifamilyJames again. And now I'm going to show you the danger room where all the knowledge gets kicked. So you take a look over here and here's that whiteboard I was telling you about. It all looks like gibberish right now, but we're going to go down into it, break it down, get a good understanding of what I'm trying to tell you. And I really want you to soak this in and think about it as you go through Christmas. Because this is real, and I love you that much. I'm going to give you all I know. And I ain't charging for this. So, with that being said, let's get to it. So, here is the diagram as I showed you earlier, right? So, here's what you're going to do, Christmas time. You're going to use that Discover card in your wallet, that Visa, MasterCard in your wallet to make these purchases for these gifts, which is right here. You spent $3,000 of somebody else's money and bought the kids gifts, the relatives gifts. Put it under this Christmas tree as you see there, right? Okay, Christmas passed and now you're stuck with the balance of $3,000 that you did here. Okay? All right, so now the holidays is over. And now the new year comes around and that balance is still there. It didn't go away. Now, the bank is not stupid or Discover's not stupid. They want to make money off of you. So what they do is they charge interest, right? And it accrues every month. Now, you were smart and you said, hey, I'm going to procrastinate and make these minimum payments as you see there. Bam. Okay, that's cool. So now that balance grew and grew and grew, and now you're sitting at, hypothetically, let's say $7,000. But you're a smart person, aren't you? You okay? You're like, I got some up my sleeve. I'm going to transfer this balance from my old card here, and I'm going to get a new card down here. All right, cool. And you did the same thing here, made the minimum payments, and now that balance has gone out of control. Now you're at a point where you can't afford the minimum payments, right? And now the card or whoever else, the bank, is coming and calling your phone. You don't want to answer the phone. Now they send you a summons to go to court. All right? Now you got to pay for the balance and attorney fees. You lose a case. What do? You go down here and file for bankruptcy, my friend. Bankruptcy, 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 because there was no self-control. You took someone else's money and didn't pay it back. And the interest accrued and you weren't able to pay that. Tell me one person who's happy in bankruptcy. I do not want that to be you. It's not a beautiful thing. And when you're in real estate, and you own real estate, you're going to see a lot of people step to you who have these bankruptcies. Okay, so let me step back from this and give you guys perspective again. This was Merry Christmas. You get it because I explained it to you.
You get it, right? This is the trap that everyone goes through. And this is why I'm telling you, please do not blow your bag this Christmas. There's other options. How can you move ahead when you're dealing with the poor man's trap?
All right, so
Yes, sir, man.
we have premiering artist King Lotto. Lotto 2 times.
Either way is acceptable.
Big man on campus right now. So,
Yes, sir.
you know how I'm dominating the real estate space.
Right.
We want you to really dominate the music space.
Okay.
So before we get into the business talk, right?
Yes.
Want to really talk about your upbringing, like how you got into this thing.
Okay.
We want the people to really understand that this is a movement.
Right.
Instead of just a guy on a mic and with Open to Dream.
Of course.
He understands his business. He understands his music. So, again, like I said, we're going to start like this.
Okay.
Tell us the upbringings. Let's give the people what you want them to know.
All right. So I started at a young age, and I've always been on tour and musically inclined with my father. A lot of you may know him as Germs, you know what I mean? Reggae artist for Anthem and our other bands now. But yeah, it's just always been something I wanted to do, and I've just had a sound for it growing up. You know, I went from drums to guitar to trumpet. Like I was just always musically inclined. I even did a choir for a little bit, so it's like the spark's always been there. As I got older into high school, I met my best friend. I mean, I'll incorporate him sooner or later. But shout out, you know, Juwan Clark. That's Greedy, another artist.
Yeah.
You know, we just clicked, and from day one we started doing music. But it wasn't as big as it is now because you know funds was different.
Right.
And you know, high school main priority was education at the time.
Right.
Music second. So with that being said, you know, years have passed and we've clicked up more, and now we have, I want to say, like at least a group of like 6, 7 of us who are really kind of in tune with this thing.
Okay.
You know, like we have cover arts going on, we have producers going on, we have local shows that we were able to do.
Right.
So we incorporate ourselves with a lot of things. And last week or the week before, again, I was with Multifamily, and we did a toy drive for the less fortunate.
Yes.
So again, it's more than just music. Now, how my name came about, literally, it started off as a gamer tag. If you don't know that,
Okay.
It really started off as a gamer tag. I used to go by a gamer tag. It was pretty fun. It was a troll gamer tag named Lotto Stud. And from Lotto Stud, it kept, like, everybody kept calling me Lotto, you know, and it kind of stuck with me. So for those who don't know, okay, Lotto, lift off to the outer.
Wow.
That's
Repeat it one more time.
Lotto is lift off to the outer.
So again, it's deeper than just saying his name is Lotto. You have to break down the L, the O, the T, T, and the O.
Exactly.
It means something.
That's what it means.
And that's what the game is missing, is artists really giving people something to learn.
Exactly.
It's usually the artist is packaged up and they throw him in the market. Bam.
Yeah.
He don't hit, he's done. But what Lotto's doing right now is giving you guys something to really think about.
Of course.
Like, again, this could be the hook in the reel to get them in. Mm-hmm. And then Lotto has the music to make it work.
And what makes it unique is, like, I know it's kind of a bad promotion and a good promotion.
No such thing as bad promotion, man.
See, my thing is, I like to be different, so people never know exactly when my music's coming. You might just be having a bad day, and hey, boom, Lotto 2 times dropped a new track, and now your day's better. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely,
so
man.
I always try to I keep them on the edge, like it's a ride. It's a ride, and I want
Definitely,
you guys
man.
to, you know, be a part of that ride, tag along, and just enjoy the experience.
Absolutely. So, if you're listening to the music on this,
Okay.
it's one of Lotto's exclusive tracks.
Right.
So, let me ask him this question. Okay, we got 3 artists in the room in Lotto.
Okay.
What would make Lotto stand out?
Diversity, for sure. Diversity. Like you have no idea if it's gonna even be a country song. Like you have no
Wow.
idea. No idea.
Wow.
Any way is how I want to be remembered.
Wow, absolutely. So where do you come from? Like, what's your home base? Is it Connecticut? I know you've been around a bit. Rhode
Right.
Island.
Right.
Like, where are you claiming?
Okay, so I always tell people, man, like Connecticut made me, but Providence raised me.
So Rhode Island's in the building.
Rhode Island is
Rhode Island's
definitely
in the building. Okay, okay.
For sure. Rhode Island's in the building. I have to. You know, like I went to high school out there.
Okay.
That's where I grew up. That's where I became a man.
Okay.
So-
Okay. So what I usually do with artists, music, y'all got that.
Okay.
We're gonna talk the business mind because we want people to understand that it's just not just music, you know, business as well.
Right.
So let's talk about the music game because that's what they come for, real estate and the music.
Yeah.
Now, a problem in the game right now for artists is really getting the team together.
Oh, definitely, man.
Like, as Lotto said earlier, he has different people who do different things.
Yeah. Have to.
But everybody wants to be that.
guy.
You know what I mean? You know what I just said, right?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
So, how do you, as let's say, if you were not Lotto 2 times, you're just somebody just starting off.
Yeah.
How would you build that team? How?
I mean, first you gotta you have to connect. You know, like the vibe has to be
Right.
there, and I mean, you guys have to be on page with
Right,
what each
right.
other is saying.
Right.
Of course, there's gonna be flaws.
Right.
There's gonna be different decisions and different aspects, but as long as everything is one machine,
Right.
it's gonna work perfectly.
Right.
It's gonna work perfectly.
Absolutely. And so in real estate, it's similar, right? The guys ask me, how do I get started? And I tell them, first is mindset, which that's the first step. Like, you got to condition your mind to get started. Now it's starting to build the team. Now, musicians,
Okay.
you just can't pick somebody off the street. A lot of cats will put an ad on the social media and pick who's on social media and then realize down the line it never worked out.
Definitely.
It always has to be a chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I learned this weakness. I've seen this. Like, I've worked with bands and it's 5 people but 5 different situations. And they can't get it together to just be one.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what you're saying, like to fine tune and pick the people you're around.
Exactly.
All right. Let me ask you this now, on a business standpoint here, okay? Music, because everyone has different opinions of music, right?
Yes.
Some people like the beat to be boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Some people like the slower music,
Right.
right? How do you choose what angle you play? You said you could do country, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how do you identify a song that you're going to make?
It's honestly, it just comes from what I'm feeling. Like sometimes the thought will be in my head, and
Right.
I'll usually just, vibe out. And if
Right.
I like what I'm saying, I'll stick to it. Now the beat selection, I mean, that can come from many of things, like just the mood of
Right.
the day. It
Right.
can be raining, and
Right.
I mean, like that causes like a muggy, different type of style for the
Right.
day. Like it's all just preference with me. Like
Right.
it's literally just I look for melody. I'm a very
Melody, like okay.
If you guys, melody is a very, very big part of my music.
Right. So we got to break it down because, I am in the music game as well. I started off in 2003 with the sound recorder. You don't remember that.
Baby man.
What I'm saying is, okay,
the percolator.
don't put me out like that. What I'm saying is, when you pick this song, like you're in the studio, like I engineered and I did the beat and I did everything.
Right.
What was on the menu that night was just how we were feeling at the time, as you said, right?
Yes.
But as I get older and I understand, here's the gem. What needs to be done right now?
Right.
let's say I'm about to do an album, right? And I got like 10 songs I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I know some of the songs are gonna be about this.
Exactly.
Some of the songs are gonna be about that.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Melody, as you said, right?
Exactly.
The melody itself, I would really sit there and okay. Let's say it's an 8. No, let's go back. Let's say if it's a simple beat that it's in every bar is the same melody.
Okay.
If y'all in the music, y'all understand what I'm talking about. If you're a producer, musician, you know.
Right. It's gonna be the same.
There's some songs that just have a repeat every bar.
Yeah.
Melody, the same melody, bang, bang, bang. Or you have a melody that repeats every 4 bars.
True.
Or you have a real complex melody that will go for the whole 8.
And that's what it is.
You know, so when we did a song, maybe we didn't want the listener, right?
Right.
To sit there and try to figure out the song try to figure out the music, figure out the notes.
Exactly.
Maybe we just wanted to be like, bam, we want our lyrics to speak more than the melody. Mm-hmm. And then we just did like a melody that went like every bar.
Yeah.
If we wanted to have a more complex, like the beat or the song was like really gonna catch them and get them emotional and all that, maybe we went in there and did the whole 8.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, like there's a lot of things that you can choose to do as a musician. I think that's the biggest gem right there, what I just said. The producer can make a more complex beat, can make a shorter type of beat that's easier listening to.
Right.
Maybe the kick had to be a certain way because we want to get a certain feeling out the fan.
Definitely.
Right? You know? That's dope, man. And this is kind of like the pilot, the first one I'm doing, but that was good. That was good. Really good. So, I don't have nothing to rehearse here. I'm just going off of kind of my music and my business mind.
Of course.
So, where have you performed Lotto 2 times? What shows have you done so far? What type of shows?
Well, my most recent was in Massachusetts.
Shout out to Massachusetts.
Definitely. It was in Brockton.
Shout out to
It was
Brockton.
at a space called the Communal Space.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
And it was a lot of good people there, a lot of dope vibes. You know, it was a showcase.
Okay.
So we had locals as far as like Libsy, if Libsy ever sees
shout
it,
out,
Libsy,
shout out.
You know, and Be Tied.
Shout
G
out.
Dizzy.
Shout
you
out.
know, a few others I was out there.
Shout
Diesel
out.
Finesse, you know, Bando Buzz.
Shout out.
You know, so it was a good show. I mean, a lot of different artists, a lot of different, you know, just as far as again music diversity, like
Right.
it was really good. You don't know what you were getting. You just had to be
there. Okay. So, like I said, again, this is Lotto 2 times. We ain't going nowhere, right?
I'm here, man.
And again, so he's been helping me out with the but the gifting the streets toy drive. Again, a great asset to the community. Now, if there's one thing you want to close out with Lotto, right?
Okay, yeah.
What would you want the people to know?
Honestly, like it, you know, like my father would tell me all the time, and this comes from my grandfather. Like, you know, nothing tried, nothing done. So, if it's something you want to go for, you got to push.
Right.
No matter if you're losing friends, sleep, you know, like you got to push, and it takes money to make money.
Facts. So again, he said that. I tell you that a million times. Real estate end, it takes money to make money. Right? You gotta learn to lose.
Definitely.
Learn to lose. When you lose, you show people who you are. So with that being said, like, how could they find you? Like, you got any contacts? How they gonna really get in contact with you?
So on social, it's a little wookie right now, but I'll fix that for you guys.
All right.
Eventually, everything will be the same but if it's Facebook, it's eBag Mells. It's EBAG_MELLZ.
Okay.
On Instagram, official Lotto 2 times. Very simple.
Okay.
You know, same thing as what else do we have on there? I think Snapchat as well.
Wow, got
as
Snapchat in there. Shout out Snapchat.
Anywhere you guys can find it. It's all the same name. Lotto 2 times, eBag Mills. Also, well, I'm not even going to get into that. See, that's a little different. But I will say it's more than the music. So if you guys are gamers out there too, like feel free. Like you'll
What are
see me
you,
streaming.
an Xbox or a PlayStation guy?
Yeah. I am an Xbox.
Man,
I prefer.
You
the
done lost
Xbox.
like half your fans
Yeah,
already.
of course. They're gonna be on the PlayStation wave. I mean, it's fair play, but I have my reasonings. I have my people, my colleagues, and again, it's business.
All right. So with that being said, this is Real Estate and Music, the Motivation Series. This is Multifamily James and Lotto 2 times.
Hey, man,
And we are out the door. So we're going to wrap this up today. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to the Real Estate and Music Motivation Series. Hopefully I motivated you enough today. But please, I do not want to see you lose your shirt under the Christmas tree. There's no reason to do that. I want to motivate you to go high in the sky. Be great. Listen, you know my backstory. I want to give to you. Give to you. As you do know, I'm a man of service, and I want you to be a man or a woman of service. The only way we can do that is by building up ourselves. Then we build our communities, and then you start to see the domino effect. If you want to really immerse yourself in the Multifamily James experience, MultifamilyJames.com gives you my Instagram, my LinkedIn, my YouTube, and my Facebook. If y'all on Instagram, you already know Multifamily James. Facebook, Multifamily James. LinkedIn, just click on the Multifamily James website. But again, we're building the streets up. Just rock with me, man. I got better things coming. Multifamily James. Get that camera out of my face.
Yeah, it's eye for an eye, mind for a mind. We all got eyes, some is still blind. It's life for a life, price for a fight. Anybody touch minds, then they lose minds, man. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. I'm serious, this dog on a cane on me. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. I'm serious, this dog on a cane odor. She only calling you cause I ain't make it over. I'm speeding through life, I ain't pulling over. You better stop taking life for granted here. You got paid and granted for his life, yeah. Life ain't never granted, but my counters is. Yeah, let that resonate in your inner ears. Yeah, even though it's planes flying everywhere, you can never be fly than my here. Yeah, your vibration lowly. At 20 years old, ancient been an OG. Clip a rent-a-cop, that's a poor lease. It's an eye for an eye, what you can't see. It's a mind for a mind, what you can't think. They only catch you by surprise if you fall asleep. It's eye for an eye, mind for a mind. We all got eyes, some is still blind. It's life for a life, price for a fight. Anybody touch minds, then they lose minds, man. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. I'm serious, this dog on a cane on me. She gon' kill a man sorrow tomorrow. I told her climb on this killer man Jaro. You gon' pay for them flows that you borrow. You gon' pay for them blood, a courtroom. I see dead people in a ghost rider. Riders are energy vampires. Keep it real, ain't no lying in this empire. Keep it real, gotta try before a buy it. Gotta hit it before I wipe it, make sure I like it. Paying cash or I swipe it if I like the prices. Buy a landslide, how we gon' win it, chump? You ain't a real, you a little pump. Your sunscreen, burn it up. It's a race for things, I'm the runner-up. Running up the tab, running through the bucks. Don't ever second guess me, I'm the number one. It's eye for an eye, mind for a mind. We all got eyes, some is still blind. It's life for a life, price for a fight. Anybody touch minds, then they lose minds, man. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura. Bulletproof ain't enough, protect your aura.